Hello dear students, welcome to Katke's tutorial. Today we are going to learn Kepler's law of planetary motions. Kepler gave three laws: first law, second law, third law. Let us start with the first law. Kepler's first law, also known as law of orbit. The orbit of a planet is an ellipse with the sun at one of the foci. See, this is an orbit whose shape is ellipse, means elliptical orbit. Okay, planets moving round the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun situated at one of the foci. See, this is an ellipse. Ellipse has two foci. These are the two foci. Then the sun may be at this foci or at this foci. See, sun is here, means sun is at this foci. Okay, then if the sun is situated at one of the foci, then the planets moving around the sun in an elliptical orbit. This is your first law. Kepler's second law, also known as law of equal areas. The line joining the planet and the sun sweeps equal area in equal intervals of time. See the diagram. In this diagram, I have shown you two positions, position A and position B. Okay. Now, if position of planet is A, then from sun it will sweeps out some area. Let us say A1. Okay. Now, the planet is moving round the sun in an elliptical orbit, and let us say it goes up to point B or position B. Here also it will sweeps out some area. Okay, this area A1 and this area A2 will be equal as per this law, means it will be A1 is equal to A2. Okay, now what is the law? The line joining the planet and the sun. See, this is the line joining the planet and sun. Here also line joining the planet and sun sweeps out equal area. See, equal areas in equal interval of time, means time period will be same at both the positions. Means for position A it will be somewhat t0 or t, and after getting towards the point B it will be same, means t0 only, it will never change. Okay, this is your second law. Now Kepler's third law, law of period, it is also known as law of period. The square of its period of revolution around the sun is directly proportional to the cube of the mean distance of a planet from the sun. For understanding this law, let us see the diagram. In this diagram, I have taken two orbits, means obviously there will be two planets. See, planet P1 and planet P2. Okay, planet P1 makes some distance with the sun, let us say R1, and with planet P2 it will have distance R2. Okay, now R1 and R2 are the distances. See, distances, but it is saying that mean distance. Okay, this is the mean distance. Now suppose time period for this P1 be T1 and for P2 be T2. As per this law, the square of the period of revolution means T1 square and T2 square, it's a ratio because here two planets are there. Now distances of planet P1 is R1 and its cube. See, cube of the mean distance means R1 cube. Again for T2 it will be R2 cube, means T1 square upon T2 square is equal to R1 cube upon R2 cube. Now we can say that T1 square or T square is directly proportional to R cube. See, now taking this right part to the left side, it will be divided. T square by R cube is equal to what? Constant, and this constant is also known as Kepler's constant. Okay, in this way we have completed Kepler's laws of planetary motions. If you are liking my videos, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get notified.